Hello everyone, it is your DJ for life, and today I am coming to you from the Presidential Wax Museum here in Keystone, South Dakota. As you can see here, got some bikers here in the background, and we have some really good views too right outside of here. Got the mountains all around us. And today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the presidential wax figures here. They say they contain or hold all of the current presidents. Well, all of the presidents, past and current, of course. It is included if you stay at the KOA at Palmer Gulch. They have a thing where you get a free ticket for there. And also this mini golf place, which I think is somewhere around here, but I don't remember where. I think it's kind of up the road a little bit, to be honest. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look inside, see what they all have. Alrighty, so here's when you come into the Wax Museum, which is included if you stay at the KOA here near Mount Rushmore. And you can stand here and hold your own press conference if you want. And then it'll show right up on the TV. I've gathered you all here today to watch my video. Please enjoy. And here is President Trump, or former President Trump, I should say. Here's current President Biden, looking proud. Oh, and if you notice, it says Audio Tour 7. So you get this little thing at the beginning that you can carry with you. And push the button on there, type in the code or number, and then it'll tell you a little bit more about that president. And here is Obama. The first African American president. And then over here, you can see George Washington and his wife, Martha. It says the flag was sewn and designed by Betsy Ross. Over here, we can see a group of presidents having a little tea party, it looks like. It says we have John Adams, Martin Van Buren, and over here James Madison and James Monroe. The 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th presidents, it says. What happened to the 7th? And over here, we have Abraham Lincoln, who looks a lot different without the top hat or the beard. We can see here it says, during the autumn of 1858, Senator Stephen Douglas of Illinois meets Abraham Lincoln in debate over a slavery issue. Lincoln says, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." And Douglas says, "It is none of our business whether slavery exists in Missouri." As we all know, Abraham Lincoln won that and became the 16th president of the U.S. Let's try here. It says number 23 and see what the audio says.
Sometimes an initial lack of success leads to bigger things. In 1858, Abraham Lincoln ran against Stephen A. Douglas for senator of Illinois. Lincoln set the tone for campaign when he addressed the volatile slavery issue with his prophetic statement, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." Douglas accepted Lincoln's challenge to participate in 7 debates throughout Illinois. Between August and October, crowds as large as 20,000 stood for 3 hours in each city to hear them speak. A New York Evening Post reporter wrote, "In repose, I must confess that Long Abe's appearance is not comely, but stir him up and the fire of genius plays on every feature. Listening to him, calmly and unprejudiced, I was convinced that he has no superior as a stump speaker." Interestingly, Catherine Stubert Keller modeled Lincoln's face from a copy of a rare 1860s life-cast mask of the president she had acquired. She then loaned the mask to Disney to make their famous Talking Lincoln at Disneyland.
This is actually pretty cool. It has here some Native Americans. It says here, Sioux Indian chiefs, Gall, Crazy Horse, Rain in the Face, and Sitting Bull hold a council of war to meet Colonel Custer's long knives in the Little Bighorn, or at the Little Bighorn. And as most of you probably already know, they have Mount Rushmore here in South Dakota, but they also have the Crazy Horse monument that is still in production and probably will be for the rest of my time here on Earth. Hopefully it gets done one day. It's said that it's going to be bigger than Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore, I think they said, could fit on like the head of Crazy Horse, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, definitely very impressive. Hopefully I get a chance to come out or go out and see that while I'm here. Okay, so on this one I feel a little bit silly because when I first saw this here, I was like, man, that's kind of morbid. They showed a recreation or a wax figure with blood on the forehead there. And then I just realized it was probably like one of those spots that people get, and realized, all right, he's not dying here. And then over here we have Ronald Reagan, pretty popular president as well. It says, coming from a middle class, thoroughly middle America environment, Reagan at 69 became the oldest man to be elected president. I think that's changed now with Biden. I think he was mid-70s when he was elected, and even Trump, I think, was mid-70s when he was elected. So, got you beat there. And in the background here, looks like kind of like a Taj Mahal type decoration. At least that's what came to mind. I could be way off on that. Probably am. Who knows? And a day that we will never forget, September 11th, 2001, the attacks on New York. We had President Bush, and there he is in fire department uniform. It says that the terrorist attacks didn't just alter New York's skyline forever, they changed the course of America's history. Look at all of that, representing some of the rubble that occurred after the attack. I've actually been to the 9/11 Memorial Museum, and it is very well done. I highly recommend it if you're out in the New York City area. They also have like the City Pass packages, and you could get that. That includes the memorial, or you can choose it to include the memorial. I think it gives some different options, but definitely give that a look when you're out there. Here we go. This is where the 7th president is. We have Andrew Jackson. It said, in December 1814, a concerned Rachel Jackson watches pirate Jean Lafitte, if I'm saying that correct, probably not, make a deal with General Jackson to defeat the British at New Orleans in return for amnesty. That's like one of those words, aluminum, that can be hard to pronounce for some people. amnesty. So over here we have Alexander Graham Bell. Ding, ding, ding. And he, the obviously inventor of the telephone, is talking to President Rutherford B. Hayes. And we have Thomas Edison just chilling over there. It says here, Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, and Thomas Edison, the inventor of the phonograph, demonstrate their amazing new inventions to President Hayes in the White House in 1877. So we have the phonograph right there and the phone over there. And, they're talking to each other on the phone. And it says Rutherford was the first president to have a telephone installed in the White House. And apparently there's some controversy with his election, and you have to maybe check that out. But it was a pretty close race, and it said that it was the weakest point in American presidency because of the shooting of Abraham Lincoln, well, assassination, I should say. And then the impeachment of, I think it said Johnson. I was listening to the little tour guide that they give you. You can push the button. And another one of our most famous presidents was John F. Kennedy. And again, he was assassinated. And right here, you can see he's playing hide and seek with his son, it says. And one of the most popular presidents of recent times. And he was the youngest to be elected. So that's kind of cool. I like this little setup. My favorite part was the little kid coming out of there playing hide and seek. But if you're playing hide and seek and you're that close, I feel like you're going to be found pretty easily. And it says he was assassinated on November 22nd, 1963. Bonus points if anybody can leave in the comments where he was assassinated. I'll give you a hint, it's in Texas. And one other thing that I actually found pretty interesting, and I didn't catch on at first, but it says audio tour number 46. And coincidentally, John F. Kennedy was 46 when he was assassinated. I wonder if that is planned out. And right before we get to the gift shop, we have a debate between Al Gore and President Bush. It says voting booths and butterfly ballots were used in Florida to collect votes for the now famous 2000 president election. With the built-in fluorescent light, side privacy panels, and a handheld stylus secured with a chain, the Votomatic is self-contained and folds up neatly into its own briefcase. So, as you can see here, that's the Votomatic and the little briefcase down there. And now we can check out the gift shop. We have different books that you can get. A few stuffed animals that were not president. Ooh, over here, look at this. The classic Light Bright. I remember that as a kid. Oh, love it. Squishable pillows that have different designs. As you move the little, not beads, but whatever those little things are called, sequins. As you move those, you can get different design. Over here you can get your selection of president bobbleheads. Okay, maybe not all of them are presidents because we have Nikola Tesla, Statue of Liberty. Down here we have some other, so that's a presidential candidate right there, Pope Francis, and Dorothy. Good old Dorothy. Down here, you could even get Elvis if you want. Now that'd be a perfect bobblehead because I think that'd kind of mimic some of the movements that he did. And here you can get some of the presidential busts. Either little ones here, kind of bigger ones down here. Or you could get a little mini copy of the White House. Well, and there we have it. We did the tour of the Wax Museum. They didn't go in order from, first to last president. As you could see, they had a at the beginning they had some of the more recent presidents, Trump, Biden, Obama there, and then they went to George Washington, and I mean, it was in somewhat of an order, just not completely there. But then the other cool part is I asked if they were in order at one time, and I guess they were. But with John F. Kennedy, I asked if that was done on purpose, where his number for the audio tour was 46, and he was 46 when he died. And the lady said that no, she doesn't think that is done on purpose. So it's just a coincidence that it happened that way, but I still find it interesting. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Check out some of my other videos. I've done some in South Dakota and Wyoming and Florida. I also do some unique food type videos, so if you want to check those out as well. And let me know if you want to see anything else. And as always, join me for the next adventure.